the two biggest myths people have about race. I have one of them. One of the biggest myths that people have about race is that people think that they can tell where somebody is from or what their race is just by looking at them. Um, and I'm looking at this PBS.org website. It's very informational and has a lot of facts about it. And it says that you can't. And I mean, I believe it. I mean, I've had times where I thought someone was a certain way and they weren't. I mean, what about you? What do you think about that?
Yeah, so I actually happen to travel a lot, and I remember being in Florida, and there was this young lady, and I was gonna approach her to just ask her a basic question. I forget what it was, and just automatically, I kind of assumed she was African American. She was darker than me, actually. So first thing, okay, African American,
Wow.
and that's not why I approached her, but just somebody like a familiar face. So.
Yeah.
Once I approached her and she said basically she didn't speak a lick of English, and come to find out she was of Dominican descent. So, even within my own, me being an African American, I did not realize too that there are other people out there who may even be darker than me, or may look
Yeah.
similar to me but be of a different ethnicity. So
Yeah.
that's a lesson that I learned with that one too.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And so in regards to race as well, I did realize on the PBS app as well that that this basically is a new concept. Back in the ancient times, people were more so classified by their money, by what language they spoke, and their social class, basically. So this idea of separating people based off how they look is basically a brand new thing.
Wow, I didn't know that. I wouldn't think that.
Um, I'm not sure where. I mean, just thinking about maybe American culture too. People, I don't know. It's just a big part of our, and it's kind of like one thing we don't really think about it. We just,
No, it's
that
almost like embedded into your brains from like watching movies or the past or whatever.
the media
But
do
yeah,
it. The media definitely does. So it's not something that we really think about, which is kind of sad, unless, obviously there's this huge, big racial thing, but there's even these small minor things that we don't think about. Like, people, me and you, could have just, I don't know, it's on the same level. So it's one thing that this was a learned thing. This is an acquired thing throughout
yeah,
recent time that people learn just,
yeah.
just
Like you could go up to someone now, like we could have the same religion, and you can go up to someone and be like, "Hey, are we the same?" And they'll just look at our race and say no. But
not
if we were living back then, you and I, someone could ask, "Are we? Hey, do you think we're the same?" And they probably wouldn't even think that. They would just say, "Are they?" Probably if we both had like a cross like necklace, they'd
right.
probably look at our necklaces and be like, "Yeah, yeah, you're both Christian."
Right.
Yeah, because yeah, they
So
looked at it differently back then. I guess that's crazy to think because you think with intelligence now and like how everything's evolved that it wouldn't be like that. But maybe it's because there's so much money at stake now and so many people, and I don't know. Who knows?
and people, I
That's
guess,
very interesting.
try to find things to separate people with, but it is an eye opener too, and I really got to start. It really gets your mind thinking about just and how you treat different people too. So I'm actually
Yeah, definitely. It's something to definitely be aware of. Absolutely.
yeah. Okay. So I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, you got it.
All right.